You what? Got to dodge the props there.
All right, Coach Johnson, let's start off.
Typical first scrimmage?
Yeah, well, we played around a little bit. It wasn't just scrimmage. We got in some situational stuff and did some things. But, it's a typical first day in pads. There were some positives and negatives. So it's good teaching stuff, and you learn a lot of young guys playing for the first time. And so there was some good and some bad that we can correct.
How long?
Two backup quarterbacks. How did they?
They did okay.
How long does it usually take for you to get a good feel with kids in pads, kind of for them to get used to it and you to feel like you're seeing what you want to see?
Well, I mean, it's constant. You're either getting better or worse every day. You don't stay the same. So it's like the more you practice and the more looks you get, the better you'd be. Hopefully the guys who have played more are better, and some of those guys we didn't give as many reps today because we wanted to look at a lot of young guys. But in defense, they're trying to evaluate all of them, so it's moving target.
Did you see some of the, I guess, growing pains of installation on defense?
Oh, right now, we're just playing. We're running a couple of formations on offense and one or two defenses, so that's it. So it's not a lot to do.
What will it be like to play against a different type of defense than they've been playing against, before the switch?
It's no different for us.
No different?
No. I mean, that's way overblown. You got to block and execute no matter what you play against, and they got to beat blocks and tackle no matter how you line up. So it's
Different assignments?
Maybe some, but not a lot. Mm-hmm. That stuff gets blown way out of proportion.
What were just your first impressions of seeing how the defense looked?
I mean, it was just like any other practice. It was nothing monumental or historical. They're struggling to get lined up. The better players do better, and the matchups, when the ones get on the twos, they look better. So it's a lot of that.
Now that they're in pads, moving forward, does the installation rate change on either side of the ball, or you just keep installing at a gradual rate?
No, you just gradually. What we want to do, and offensively, is probably a little easier because you've got 9 or 10 starters that played. So that, as you add, but you can't go too fast because then you lose the young kids. Defensively, they're all starting over, and I think what Nate and the staff want to do is they want to make sure that we get in the basics. So rather than get in a 40, I don't want to run 40 defenses. I want to get good at a few that we do and execute and play fast. So, they lined up about 2 ways today, and that's about the way we play.
Were you able to run 3 huddles because of the line depth, or just 2?
Groups. We just roll.
Since it is so difficult early on like this to really gauge much out of what's going on the field from the guys, what are you looking for? Is there any specifics?
Well, no, you can gauge what's going on individually with the field. I mean, you can see who can beat a block and who can tackle and who can make plays and who breaks tackles and all those kind of things. So, yeah, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can evaluate players. Yeah. I mean, what I'm saying, I'm just not going to evaluate the schemes off the first day in pad.
Any individual big plays that stood out to you today? I understand maybe the circumstances for plays might not be what you want, but...
No, there was some play. Yeah, I mean, they had some plays. I mean, both sides had plays. And, I don't know that I'd single anybody out. Quarterbacks ran the ball pretty good. They were in goal. We didn't tackle them, but, they had some plays. And defensively, we had a couple third down stops and made some plays. So it was,
How has Victor looked at that outside linebacker spot this week?
I think he'll be fine. I think that's natural. Get him out of the box. It's probably be, it's still evaluation. It's ongoing, but I think that'll be a better spot for him.
What about his skill set do you think that makes?
Vic's a good athlete, and then strong and fast, and there's not all the traffic and all the reads and all the stuff. He can just play fast.
When there's a new installation going in on defense and you end up in scrimmage situations, do you do anything slower offensively since they haven't installed everything yet, so they don't have as much to worry about?
We don't worry about each other. I mean, it's during the week, the offensive coaches will tell the defense what's going in and vice versa. And nobody's trying to game anybody or we're trying to evaluate the players and see who's players. It's like I tell the kids every day, nobody won the scrimmage. I mean, I asked them yesterday when we went together who won, and of course the first day they'll all yell offense or defense, and I go, really, what was the score? And they look at me and I'm like, you know, when you play each other, nobody wins. You're trying to get better. So one day one side will get the best, next day the other side will get the best. You know, we don't worry about all that.
How's
Do you anticipate all installation happening in the spring and then come back and repeat in the summer, or will installation continue
It
in the
just depends
summer?
on how fast they pick it up. We'll get all the offense in. Defensively, it'll just depend. We're not gonna have a lot of it. It's not gonna be, we're gonna have way less defense than we've had, I can tell you that.
in terms of kicking? Did you guys work on that today? And
We
any
kicked some
insight?
extra points and field goals, kicked at it. It wasn't very good.
Brenton didn't.
Wasn't very good.
Anything else for Coach?
I'm curious to
And we haven't worked on it on his behalf. I mean, we didn't spend any time on it in practice.
To Quan, and just the passing game in general, you'd wanted to be more consistent. I'm curious, just in 3 days, 4 days, have you seen anything?
Working on it.
Who's snapping now? Because
Snapping
Casey's
for
gone
what?
for short,
haven't
short
done
and.
Anything else?
Yeah.
All right, thanks.